Call of Duty is a franchise that I hold near and dear to my heart. I love this franchise. For the last few years, it's been safe to say that Call of Duty is officially no longer the same franchise that exploded in popularity with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Call of Duty was considered the Halo killer, and just like Call of Duty did to Halo, Fortnite stomped on Call of Duty so hard the franchise hasn't looked the same since. However, Call of Duty hasn't always been about its multiplayer offerings. Its single-player and co-op game modes are important and still fun to play. That is why I'm going to rank the top 5 Call of Duties that are still worth playing today. It's hard to believe that this franchise's single-player offerings was at one point half the reason you bought the game. Of course, none of these games are going to be ranked on their multiplayer capabilities since most are dead or unplayable. I wish we could eternally enjoy some of them, but alas, we can't. Also, bots don't count. If so, Ghost would appear on this list, and I can't have that. Oh my god, it's been a decade since Ghost came out. I still consider it the bastard child of the franchise. Who am I kidding? I still call these guys the new ones. Without further ado, here is my ranking of the Call of Duty franchise. Please like and comment on your favorite game in the franchise.
Yeah, you're the expert in quiet.
I'm a goddamn onion, Mason. You should know that.
Black Ops Cold War. If anything, getting rid of the multiplayer aspect from the ranking shot this game up higher in the list since it sucks and I hate it. The multiplayer wasn't awful, the game just felt off when playing it. I can't describe it as anything else but an issue with its controls. I don't know what was off, but I distinctly remember playing the game and the aiming felt off. Even comparing it to as many CODs as possible, the issue kinda just left me puzzled. I don't know, doesn't matter since we aren't counting multiplayers. The aiming isn't a problem in the single player and zombies because, well, auto-aim exists. The single player campaign is genuinely amazing. The gameplay and story are unique enough to justify playing it, and I can't complain. The return to the Cold War that only previously featured in Black Ops 1 is really cool given the number of interesting weapons and tech available to work with from this period. For a while, it seemed like every first-person shooter was either modern or World War II, so it's always interesting when a game explores the time between. The zombies are the main selling point for me though. It was a toss-up between Black Ops 4 and this one, since both zombies aren't the best in the franchise due to core structure changes. Black Ops Cold War zombies win for its return to a simpler gameplay format. Black Ops 4 focused on the hardcore zombie fan, while Cold War focused on the casual player, and I liked it better. The focus on making a map that's fun to run around and kill zombies in is way better than focusing on complex Easter eggs. I liked Black Ops 4 and the Easter egg system, but I never liked when it felt essential to a map. It's an Easter egg for crying out loud. It's supposed to be fun and optional. People will seriously play Black Ops 4 and consider finishing a map and getting a cutscene to continue the story an Easter egg. Overall, Cold War Zombies was a nice return to form for the series. I guess since Black Ops Cold War was never good for its multiplayer, it's the best aged Call of Duty.
I'm gonna go with the veteran from the US, Merc.
Alright, welcome Merc.
Coming in 4th place is Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is only fun today for its zombies mode. Granted, it's easily the best zombies in the franchise, only being beaten by preference or nostalgia for most people. I am most people. Growing up, I had an Xbox 360 and I loved the Call of Duty Black Ops series. I loved the zombies mode, but I was late to owning an Xbox One and missed out on Black Ops 3 during its heyday. During COVID, the game plus all its DLC was $60, and I heard its zombies mode was pretty amazing. To say I wasn't disappointed would be an understatement. 6 new map and 16 remasters of old classics. What more could you ask for? Seriously, the sheer value in zombies you get from buying this game is amazing. The value soars near infinity if you buy this game on Steam since the developers gave the community mod tools and a Steam Workshop page, leading fans to create some amazing free maps that often surpass the paid ones. I made a video a couple years ago nitpicking this game, and while I stand by that video, the amount of playtime you will get from this game's zombie mode is unreal. This one time my girlfriend went to bed and I told her, I'll come when I'm done, and I played for so long I finally came to bed 4 hours later. This game is addicting. That probably leaves you asking, what about the campaign? Well, the campaign has barely anything to do with the previous Black Ops games other than some small loose connection. I never finished it, but from what I've heard it's nothing to write home about. So much so that when they made a sequel, they cut the campaign entirely to focus on zombies and multiplayer in their next game, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Overall, Black Ops 3 is only good for its zombies. However, its zombies experience is so good, it'll make up for everything else. Also, the free run mode was pretty fun. I liked it. I mean, there's only 4 levels, so gets old quick.
Now, gentlemen, as I like to think, in the long history of the world, that there are only a few generations.
Sounds like someone breaking in!
Just a storm, Dick.
Call of Duty Black Ops 1 is a great game. The campaign? Solid. The multiplayer? Solid. The zombies? Don't even get me started on the zombies, boy. The zombies are the best part. Call of Duty Black Ops 1. Call of Duty Black Ops 1 is an amazing game. By now you've probably noticed a pattern. Oh my god, look at all these games I'm praising simply for the zombies. And you know what, fucker? I'm doing it again. The zombies in Call of Duty Black Ops 1 is like Pac-Man. Pac-Man is a game where you reach as far as you go before you give up. Just like Pac-Man, in this game, the core gameplay is making it as far as you can without dying, but with zombies. In future installments of the franchise, in order to get the full experience of the zombies map, you have to watch countless videos on how to gather pieces and build cool equipment, and even then, you'll still forget some locations, causing you to pause the game and watch YouTube. Black Ops 1 doesn't mess with that nonsense and drops you in ready to fight. I put this one higher than Black Ops 3 simply for its difficulty. Black Ops 3 is a really easy zombies experience, which can be fun, but I'm not a fan of it being easy. Black Ops 1 is way harder since the maps are close quarters with only 2 hits to go down. On top of that, the mystery box has useless or bad guns, including bad wonder weapons. Black Ops 3 will give you a good gun out of the box, no matter what. Let's compare the worst of each box. For Black Ops 1, the worst items are the crossbow and ballistic knife, and pretty much any box-exclusive SMG. The ballistic knife is only useful till round 4, and the crossbow still has value once pack-a-punched, but you can't use it regularly. In Black Ops 3, however, the worst weapons are the starting room weapons out of the box, and even then, it's not a big deal since the starting room weapons have excess ammo to rack up points easily. Point is, take any system that is staple of zombies, and I'll tell you how Black Ops 3 bastardized it for the average consumer. I still love Black Ops 3 zombies, but compared to the rest, it doesn't hold the candle to Black Ops 1. Oops, I was supposed to keep talking about Black Ops 1. Well, either way, it's a pretty great game, pretty great zombies. Honestly, don't know what else to say. It's a good campaign.
So take the shot. Is that Menendez? Holy shit, oh no it's not.
Kill them Black Ops style.
Call of Duty Black Ops 1 is fantastic, but do you know what would be better? If you put a 2 next to it. Or, 2 eyes, I guess. Call of Duty Black Ops 2. This game pretty much does what the last game does, but cranks it up to 11. The campaign is genuinely amazing with the ability to change the outcome of the story through small decisions you make throughout, which is awesome. What's even awesomer is the zombies mode is the best in the franchise. Damn, still talking about zombies? When are we going to talk about something else? In a minute! Black Ops 2 is the best in the franchise by many because it had 2 creative directors with 2 completely different visions for zombies, but they worked on entirely different maps. This worked in Black Ops 2's favor because map variety is unchallenged in this game. The maps made by Jimmy Zielinski aren't amazing, but they feel like a logical continuation of the pattern laid out in Black Ops 1. For many people though, Transit, Die Rise, and Buried were fine maps with massive issues. Transit is terrible and no one disagrees. Literally no one. If someone disagrees, I genuinely would like to hear why, because it's so bad I can't play devil's advocate with it. I hate it. On to Die Rise. Die Rise is ridiculously difficult for beginners, but once you know the map, it's still unbelievably difficult, which is pretty much why I love it so much. When playing Die Rise, you are always on the move because the only good spots to stay at for a while have terrible nearby resources, forcing you to constantly be on the move. The close quarters difficulty of Black Ops 1 has been perfected here since you never feel fully set up and ready until deep into the game. Next is Buried. Buried is considered one of the easiest maps for good reason, but I still enjoy it. Its easiness comes from your willingness to cheese. Since no one will think you're cool for reaching a high round, you literally have no incentives to do this. So don't. These 3 maps are great, but for many, the really good maps are the ones made by the creative director Jason Blundell. The maps made by Jason Blundell are Mob of the Dead and Origins. These maps change zombies forever. While on the surface, these 2 maps have massive differences, they actually have a lot more in common than most think. Obviously, the biggest difference is the afterlife system in Mob of the Dead. However, all it really does is change the power from being a one switch to an entire gameplay mechanic, just like Origins. Overall, I enjoy these maps, but feel like they're overrated. When I play Mob of the Dead, I feel as though I'm going through the motions until I reach the bridge with all my equipment, where I see how long I can survive. Same with Origins. My issue is the change in focus. These maps now feature endings you can complete, rather than the end goal being non-existent. I've never been a fan of this change since you memorize how to do it, and it's a long process, or pause the game after completing each step to continue a YouTube video like 99% of the people who do it. Overall, Black Ops 2 delivers the most variety in the franchise. The Zombies map selection combines the arcade style of Black Ops 1 with the long-form gameplay of later entries. The campaign is also phenomenal since it changes every time I complete it.
Our journey to victory has begun! Death to the MPLA!
World at War is an amazing game with amazing zombies mode, but guess what, bitches? The campaign is worth talking about. Call of Duty World at War is an amazing game, so much so that I still regularly play the campaign. Call of Duty World at War brings the franchise back to World War II after its one-game departure. What makes the campaign so excellent? I'm glad you asked. The campaign is peak old-school Call of Duty. Unlike most games in the franchise, you follow two separate characters on two separate fronts of the war. One is American fighting the Japanese, and one is Russian fighting the Germans. The dynamic of switching between these two means the gameplay will never get stale, since the enemies for both campaigns fight completely different. For the Germans, they fight like a mirror version of you and your troops, hiding behind cover and shooting. The Japanese, however, get up to some crazy shit. Overall, the campaign doesn't feel like any other Call of Duty campaign at all. Your objective in both campaigns is to fight enemies and push them back so you can get to their main shit and end this conflict. It's a simple World War II shooter, but it's a masterclass of the World War II shooter genre. Zombies was introduced in World at War, and it's definitely not the best, but it still holds up really well. For me, the main thing I like about these maps is the simplicity and World War II weapons. These maps appear in future Call of Duties on the list, but what makes them unique and fun for me is the atmosphere and the weapons. Hands down, the World at War version of Iraq is the scariest map aesthetic-wise. On top of that, before Black Ops 3, World at War was the king of modding. World at War is where you went and can still go for custom zombies. Obviously, Black Ops 3 is superior when it comes to modding, but it cannot be understated how much World at War's custom zombies held up the zombies community in its heyday. Put some respect on its name. Other than that, Call of Duty World at War is the greatest Call of Duty to pick up and play in 2024 for its fun campaign and addictive zombies. Also, you gotta put respect on the game that started zombies. It's a bare bones compared to later entries, but its arcade gameplay is still addicting. It's like pretending this shit still isn't fun. In conclusion, why are you still watching this video? Go away, the video's over now. You have all the information you wanted. Go out, buy this, and play it. It'll be a fun weekend. Like and comment if you want, I guess. Subscribe for more content. Bye bye.
Kill them Black Ops style.
Woods, was Raul Menendez here today? Let me tell you a little story. Whoa, let us all flash back to 40 years in the past. Alex and Hudson fought through Angola just to save my ass.